Hey everyone, it's Ron, and today I'm going to be starting a new series called Ron Recommends, where I'll basically talk about something that I think you should check out if you're looking for something new to read or watch. And for this first segment, I'll be talking about one of my favorite shows called Banshee. I decided to talk about this show now because it was recently added to HBO Max, so I definitely think that will help make it easier for people to discover this show. Banshee originally aired on Cinemax in 2013. It's an action-packed drama about an ex-con who gets out of prison after 15 years to track down his old girlfriend in a small town called Banshee in Pennsylvania. As soon as he arrives, he gets in an altercation in a bar and ends up assuming the identity of Sheriff Lucas Hood, who just arrived in Banshee as well to be sworn in. This is a completely over-the-top situation that would never really happen in real life, but it's so well done that you suspend your disbelief and go with it, and once you do, it rewards you for buying into this premise. Pilot episodes are so important for TV shows because they have to hook you in with the plot, the characters, and the overall execution, and Banshee excels at all of these things. I was completely won over by Hood's anti-hero attitude. He's likable, he doesn't take any shit, he never backs down from a fight, and most importantly, he always gets the girls. He typically dives right into intense situations without thinking them over and gets people hurt in the process, and while that's one of his main flaws, it also makes him a worthy protagonist. The supporting cast is fantastic all the way through. I love the relationship Hood has with his co-workers Brock, Shaban, and Emmett. They're definitely not sure about the way he gets things done earlier on, but eventually they become a great team together. Job is a standout and provides most of the humor in the series as Hood's expert hacker sidekick from their early years as criminals, and Sugar plays a pivotal role in the series, providing Hood with shelter at his bar. He has a bond with Hood because he himself is an ex-con as well as an ex-boxer, which adds some weight to his character. Hood's ex-girlfriend, Anastasia, has started a new life and even changed her identity to Carrie Hopewell. This whole situation is the center of all the drama in Banshee. All of this is so well done and really makes you connect with all of these characters within the first couple of episodes, which makes this show very addicting. I'm a fan of action and well-choreographed fight scenes, but if I don't care about the characters, then it can get boring. Luckily, Banshee does not have this problem and has some of the best fight scenes I've ever seen on a television show. Especially the third episode titled Meet the New Boss. I think that episode made me go from liking the show to loving it, and it doesn't let up from there. The show has great pacing throughout, and it also has some great villains like Kai Proctor, the kingpin of Banshee, who grew up Amish and was banished from his community and even his own family. He's a very unique villain, and definitely a character that I went back and forth with as the series progressed. I went from hating him to having a little bit of sympathy for him, and I even almost rooted for him in some instances. You know he's a good villain when you can see where he's coming from and understand why he does the things he does, even if some of those things are horrific. But that's part of the fun with shows like this. Other standouts include Proctor's bow tie wearing bodyguard, Clay Burton, and also Chayton Littlestone, who is just as much of an imposing villain as Proctor, maybe even more so in a few ways. I love shows that give the main characters an almost impossible threat to deal with, and Chayton definitely represents that. Oh, and I have to give an honorable mention to the albino as well for being terrifying. Kurt Bunker is another interesting character who shows up in Season 3, and although I like the theme of redemption surrounding him, I felt he was almost in a different show than the rest of the main characters in the final season, even though his story was compelling. The show ran for 4 seasons, and I appreciate that the creators Jonathan Tropper and David Schickler knew when to quit and wrapped up the story on their own terms. I think the first 3 seasons were all excellent and really propelled the story forward, whereas Season 4 kind of lost focus a little bit and almost felt like a different show in some aspects, but it also sticks the landing. so I can't really complain too much about a few missteps. There aren't many shows that deliver a solid ending, and I was glad to see that Banshee actually did give a good send-off to these great characters. So what I'm saying is, don't be worried about investing your time on this series, because it is definitely satisfying and extremely entertaining throughout. If you can accept some of the over-the-top, pulpy aspects of it, I would give it a go on HBO Max. All 4 seasons are now streaming there, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you're into this type of content, and thank you for watching.